Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star original continent based on novel. So let's start. With Golden Kingdom, Luo Feng had absolute control over time and space. Thus, he could feel the attraction and detect that black piece of wood. Due to certain factors, the black piece of wood was cracking. The splinters that broke off were distinct. This could be a valuable, that was a naturally occurring treasure, at the true treasure level. It could be big or small, and it had limitless power. I have never heard of such a strange object, Luo Feng mused. Due to special reasons that might put the universe at risk, life forms like Yuan Ao Master, Torch Smelting Master God, and Glorious Master God needed to be exterminated. But this black piece of wood is nothing but a dead object. How can it cause harm to the primal universe? However powerful a true treasure like Star Tower was, it would not be powerful enough to bring harm to the primal universe. This kept Luo Feng on his toes. Human kid, Yuan Ao Master snorted at Luo Feng. His single eye was filled with smugness, as he gloated over Luo Feng's situation. Regretting. Afraid. But too late. Out of the countless great beings of the primal universe, you are truly the first to have a taste of it. Don't blame me if you lose your armor, wings, and weapons. Ha ha ha. Suddenly, Yuan Ao Master roared, burn and destroy. He was using the same technique, which was also the only ultimate technique that Yuan Ao Master comprehended. The same scene unfolded. The glaring, magical, gigantic whirlpool of flames resembling a nebula whirlpool enshrouded Yuan Ao Master, and added strength to his aura, which instantly skyrocketed. I'm not going to fool around any longer. Luo Feng stared and executed his ultimate technique while shouting, I am the universe. Luo Feng's godly body consumed his godly power at an unparalleled speed, while the endless golden light that had been enveloping this part of the secret region suddenly changed. Chaotic airflow appeared to fill the air, drifting randomly and filling every space possible. At that instant, this ubiquitous presence changed the surroundings of an area with a diameter of 1 billion miles to a world of chaotic airflow. Chaotic airflow. Yuan Ao Master laughed with great delight. You are finally executing your ultimate technique. Great. Great, my ass. Luo Feng roared. Within the gigantic, egg-like miniature universe, chaotic airflow was everywhere. In terms of power, the miniature universe was much stronger than Golden Kingdom. Luo Feng made use of this technique in one of his previous battles, so even though Master of Banff had the Luo sector, he still could not stop Luo Feng from forcefully massacring over 6,000 universe knights. At this moment, Luo Feng shouted, Miniature Universe Empower. Golden Kingdom Empower. 9 Tiger River, Attack. Other than Star Tower being an ultimate technique, the three techniques, namely Miniature Universe, which was the shrinking of the universe, Golden Kingdom, which was the absolute control of time and space, and 9 Tiger River, which was the domain of a domain-type true treasure, were all techniques of different types. So they did not contradict or repel one another. Within a split second, the three superimposed over one another. With this superimposition, solely Golden Kingdom and 9 Tiger River were enough to take down Endless Flame, much less with the addition of the powerful Miniature Universe. A crushing force, and the vast, flaming domain surrounding Yuan Ao Master completely collapsed. Under the double empowerment of Miniature Universe and Golden Kingdom, 9 Tiger River had immeasurable power, allowing it to run rampant in its attacks. Yuan Ao Master was roused into action. What a delight, but you must still meet your doom. Yuan Ao Master roared. With a sudden crashing sound, his godly body started to expand. Within a split second, he reached a massive 1 million miles, the true size of his godly body. A gigantic Yuan Ao Master 1 million miles tall was now grasping a piece of black, godly wood that was also several million miles long. The endless power brought about by burn and destroy was completely gathered on this black godly wood, which brought about winding threads of black airflow. One straight blow. From one fragmented end of the black godly wood, splinters flew directly to meet with the blow Luo Feng dealt. That one blow. Even with double empowerment, Nine Tiger River was still crumbling under the impact inch by inch. Its waves parted to either side, as it was unable to ward off the endless firelight and the black airflow winding around the black godly wood. At that moment, the black godly wood was continuing to expand and lengthen. It crashed directly at Luo Feng. Miniature universe, gather! Luo Feng shouted. Suddenly, the seemingly disorganized miniature universe's chaotic airflow gathered around the absolute guest blade in Luo Feng's right hand like a tornado. Wielding the power that he obtained after fusing whatever existing power he had with this endless chaotic airflow, Luo Feng slashed ruthlessly at the black godly wood that was charging towards him. The power was sky high. Luo Feng was thrown back a couple thousand miles. It was the same situation for Yuan Ao Master, who was also forced to retreat a good couple of 100 miles, because of the frightening impact of the collision. Impossible. Yuan Ao Master's single eye was filled with insanity, as he looked at the godly wood in his hands. Letting out an uninhibited roar, he shouted, "Go and die." "You think I fear you," said Luo Feng. "You are the one dying today." Luo Feng flapped his wings. Then, under the oppression of Miniature Universe, Golden Kingdom, and Nine Tiger River, he was completely on the winning end. In his grasp was Absolute Guest Blade, which, together with the power gathered from Miniature Universe, dealt another ferocious blow with the determination to annihilate Yuan Ao Master with one swift slash. Both exchanged blows at lightning speed. All the blows were executed at full force. Suddenly, the vast miniature universe dispersed without a trace. The 9-second limit for maintaining one execution was up, and although he was able to continue maintaining its execution, Luo Feng did not feel like continuing with this battle. "Yuan Ao Master is Yuan Ao Master," said Luo Feng. "I salute you. I shall not stay any longer." With that, Luo Feng transformed into light and made a speedy escape. However, the surrounding space had been sealed much earlier. There was no way he could teleport. "You want to leave? Dream on." Yuan Ao Master roared his murderous intent to hunt Luo Feng down. "Ha ha! You think you can catch up with me?" Luo Feng laughed out loud. With the double obstruction posed by Golden Kingdom and Nine Tiger River, Yuan Ao Master's speed was a far cry from that of Luo Feng's. Seeing Luo Feng escape, Yuan Ao Master was helpless. He was at his wits' end. He had already realized that the aura of Luo Feng's godly body was obviously weakened by one notch, and his guess was that Luo Feng might have lost 1/10 of his godly body. In his case, although he had executed his ultimate technique about a dozen times, the amount of his godly body consumed was merely 2 out of 1,000. Continuing to fight under such a situation, he would definitely be able to exhaust Luo Feng to his death. What a pity that Luo Feng had Golden Kingdom to empower his Nine Tiger River. Luo Feng held full control. If Luo Feng had been able to fight, he would have, but if not, he would still dare to put up a struggle. However, it seemed to him that he might lose his life in the fight, so he made a speedy decision to escape. "That human, Luo Feng," shouted Yuan Ao Master. "Good for you that you are fast, but I don't believe all the other universe masters of the Ancestral God School are equally fast. I shall wait here at my territory, and what can the Ancestral God School do to me?" Yuan Ao Master let out a resounding roar, and during his roar, Luo Feng flew out of the area under sealed space. Within an instant, he had disappeared from sight. How could that Yuan Ao Master be that powerful, and what exactly is that black godly wood? Luo Feng was in one of the void spaces of the Yuan Ao secret region. "In terms of technique," said Luo Feng, "he loses to Star River Master by a great deal, but that godly wood. In terms of attack power, it does not lose out to Star River Master's attack power." No wonder he mentioned earlier that he annihilated a Universe Master with a single blow at the Universe Ocean. "I have already mobilized all 3 techniques, Golden Kingdom, Miniature Universe, and Nine Tiger River, and yet, I am still on the losing end." Luo Feng was consciously aware that he was not able to win. Even with Miniature Universe, Nine Tiger River, and Golden Kingdom, coupled with the golden technique executed with absolute guest blade, the combined power was barely comparable to that of the second stage of Star Tower. Using Star Tower was not a consuming process for his godly power, but Miniature Universe used up a good 1/10 of his godly body. If I had not executed Miniature Universe just now, I would have been at an absolute disadvantage. Thought Luo Feng. I would probably have been blown away from a distance, and my godly body would have sustained severe injuries. With the empowerment of Miniature Universe, he was able to alleviate his disadvantage by a little. Keeping each attack at maximum force, every execution would consume 10% of my godly body. Just a few executions, and I will be a goner. Luo Feng shook his head in silence. Not a match. Luo Feng flipped his hand and retrieved a golden token. Ancestral God. Luo Feng. Ancestral God, Yuan Ao Master is a target, too, said Luo Feng. And he has a piece of black godly wood, which is also a target. The black godly wood is very powerful, and with Yuan Ao Master holding it, I am unable to ward off his attacks at all. To eradicate him is simply beyond my capabilities. You have done well, said Ancestral God. When Yuan Ao Master utilized that black godly wood, I had already learned of its origins. The true origin lies with that black wood. I have already deployed 9 Remoteness Master, and 2 other Universe Masters. They will be gathering at Redbud Island first. You should quickly head over to meet them. God Country Transportation will send you there right away. 9 Remoteness Master. Luo Fen repeated immediately. I will leave right away to go meet them. Standing in void space with a cyan light by his side, Luo Feng's soul servant operated God Country Transportation. From there, 3 figures were seen walking out. The one in the lead was a middle-aged man garbed in a magnificent black robe. There were black engravings on his fair and pale face, and he exuded a devilish charm. He was different from Primal Chaos City Leader, and different from Darkness Master. Throughout the universe, his existence was one that was terribly self-conceited and overweening with arrogance. Milky Way Horde Leader, said this devilish, middle-aged man as he looked at Luo Feng to acknowledge his presence. Luo Feng returned his greetings. 9 Remoteness Master. The two looked at one another. Interesting, said 9 Remoteness Master. This young fellow I encountered back then has become so powerful in the twinkling of an eye. He turned behind and said, you should know these 2 beside me. Luo Feng took one look and smiled. This must be Yunnan Master from the Thorn Ring Alliance, and this must be Anaconda Master from the Ancestral God School. Through the virtual universe, he had already read up on the more renowned universe masters from various top powers within the universe. It was a natural reaction to memorize some prominent information about these numerous universe masters, so he could at least know what some of these universe masters were skilled in. In times of battle, such information would enable him to be well prepared and to know what to be cautious about. That's right. 9 Remoteness Master nodded. These 2 here are also peripheral members of the Ancestral God School, and belong to my 9 Remoteness branch. You are also one of my 9 Remoteness branch, so the 4 of us are actually closely related. Milky Way Horde Leader. Yunnan Master and Anaconda Master greeted at the same time. Yunnan Master was a bald man with bone wings, while Anaconda Master was a giant boa constrictor, whose godly body took the form of a winding spiral, and had flashing mirages all about its surroundings. Both looked toward Luo Feng with kind intentions. Nice to meet you both, Luo Feng said with a smile. 9 Remoteness Master nodded and said, this concerns matters pertaining to Yuan Ao Master. We of the 9 Remoteness branch will be appearing as representatives of the Ancestral God School. Ancestral God School. Luo Feng sensed something. 9 Remoteness Master, have powers outside the Ancestral God School come? Yes. 9 Remoteness Master nodded. Yunnan Master had his bone wing open, but he had a gentle voice as he said, not just Ancestral God School. All the powers that have Universe Supreme Masters will send Universe Masters here. All the superpowers in the universe might send Universe Masters here. Anaconda Master had a hoarse voice. We have Milky Way Horde leader to lead us, he said, and we can arrive there as quickly as possible using God country transportation. Other powers might need some more time. After all, it's a place that belongs to Yuan Ao Master, and only a few left keepsakes there. Why are they coming? Luo Feng couldn't help asking. Because they know that strange object, answered Yunnan Master. How? Strange objects can only be born in the three lands of extremis, said Yunnan Master. They all look natural, like wood or grass. They are all naturally bred, and they are all powerful. They are the closest to supreme true treasures. Also, there's one difference between them and supreme true treasures. For supreme true treasures, the users need to study the mysteries behind them to wield their power, and if they can't, supreme true treasures won't wield their real power. Luo Feng nodded. He was only able to use the second level of Star Tower, but the second level of Star Tower was already mighty enough. Strange objects are different, Yunnan Master continued gently. There are no engravings on strange objects, and any great being is able to wield their maximum power. Supreme true treasures, not fully utilized, are at the same level as strange objects. Only supreme true treasures, fully utilized, can overpower strange objects. You can imagine how precious they are. Luo Feng nodded. The pinnacle set true treasure that Double-Face Ancestral God used and the pinnacle true treasure maces that Star River Master used were both inferior to that strange object. Even the second level of Star Tower was barely at the same level as that black wood, and the black wood could be wielded at its strongest immediately. Who wouldn't want that? However, there's a downside to strange objects, said Yunnan Master. They are rejected by the universe. Both the original universe and miniature universe rejected strange objects. It seems the strange objects can affect the stability of the universe origin once they are in one. They seem to be aligned naturally against the universe origin. Luo Feng now understood. Naturally against the universe origin. No wonder Ancestral God said something harmful to the original universe was going on here. Unfortunately for Yuan Ao Master, he's a loner, said Yunnan Master. Although he's free to be a loner, nobody shares secrets with him. Besides, it's rare that strange objects are born, so even for me, I just learned the secret from Ancestral God. He smiled. Yuan Ao Master doesn't know that the black wood is rejected by the original universe, which is why he brought it back to the original universe. It's okay that he doesn't use it, but if he uses it, the power from that black wood clashes with the universe origin. Other great beings aren't able to sense that, but universe supreme masters can clearly sense the existence of that black object. Luo Feng nodded. That black wood can't be brought back to the original universe, continued Yunnan Master, but most of the great beings adventure in universe ocean, which is why they keep the black wood in universe ocean and preserve them all by themselves. Apparently, they are already second-class supreme true treasures. How can the powers not go mad for them? The universe supreme masters will come here by themselves if they don't know that other powers know about this secret. Luo Feng now fully understood the story. It's been a long time since Yuan Ao brought that strange object back, said Remoteness Master slowly. That strange object is rejected by the original universe, and the power merges with his body, which is why the original universe starts to reject him. This time, Yuan Ao Master needs to be eradicated as well. Luo Feng was shocked. Merge with his body. Strange objects are special, evil, and powerful, said Remoteness Master. Few great beings are able to resist their temptation. Who can resist a second-hand supreme true treasure? Both Yunnan Master and Anaconda Master exclaimed. Luo Feng nodded. It was almost impossible to get a supreme true treasure, and no universe masters in the universe were known to have supreme true treasures, not even Primal Chaos City Leader and Star River Master. Even some supreme masters didn't have supreme true treasures. Who didn't want a strange object that was only slightly inferior to a supreme true treasure? They are nothing to me. Remoteness Master shook his head and smiled. Every time I fight, I'm prepared for my bodies to die, so I don't carry any important true treasures. Luo Feng was unable to suppress a laugh. Let's go, said 9 Remoteness Master. Our ancestral god school is the quickest, and it'll take around half a day for the other powers to arrive. I'll deal with that Yuan Ao Master, and I'll see how powerful that Yuan Ao Master can be with that strange object. Let's go. Sure. Luo Feng smiled. I haven't seen 9 Remoteness Master attack. The 4 supreme beings disappeared. 4 beings stood in the space and looked at the 12 floating continents. How can we get him to come? Asked Yunnan Master. The easiest way is to use godly power to cause an explosion on one of the continents, and then Yuan Ao Master would come. However, Yunnan Master and the others were all of high status, and they wouldn't do such a thing if those ordinary lives didn't mess with them. Leave it to me, said Luo Feng. Luo Feng opened his wings. Boundless golden light permeated, and a golden space with a radius of 18 light-years was formed. It was Golden Country. The Golden Country enveloped all the 12 continents, which made 9 Remoteness Master and the others look to Luo Feng in shock. Such a large area. Even a top-tier domain-type true treasure couldn't cover such a vast area. Yuan Ao, shouted Luo Feng. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Luo Feng's voice blasted throughout every inch of space on the 12 continents, and all the lives on the continents were terrified. A roar. Human Luo Feng. A flame flew out of a continent, and he arrived at a space only 1,000,000 kilometers away from Luo Feng and the others. You still dare to come? The towering Yuan Ao Master's eyes were glinting with madness. He sneered and said, no wonder Milky Way Horde leader still dares to come. He has helpers now. I'll see who they are. Oh, 2 nobodies. Wait. Isn't this 9 Remoteness Master? The mighty and well-known 9 Remoteness Master. 9 Remoteness, are you going to battle me with those 3? I won't care. 9 Remoteness Master looked to him. Don't worry, I myself am enough. I admit that you're incredible and have a boundless godly body, said Yuan Ao Master. I'd rather deal with Primal Chaos City Leader and Star River Master than you. And I certainly won't confront you if I don't have the strange object. However, I'm not afraid you right now. Yuan Ao Master laughed. I'm not even afraid of Universe Supreme Masters. Really? 9 Remoteness Master moved, and the space around him was completely sealed. Come. The forceful black wood showed up in Yuan Ao Master's face, and the soul eye was glinting with madness. Luo Feng, Yunnan Master, and Anaconda Master were all watching. 9 Remoteness Master dashed at Yuan Ao Master like a trace of light and screamed. 9 Remoteness Master turned into an ocean, and the water charged at Yuan Ao Master. Meanwhile, Yuan Ao Master performed his supreme technique, Burn. The water was churning and formed a huge ocean whirlpool, covering Yuan Ao Master. 9 Remoteness, Ocean Eye, said Yunnan Master. Luo Feng held his breath. 9 Remoteness, Ocean Eye was a legendary supreme technique, and it could only be performed by 9 Remoteness Master. The ocean formed a giant whirlpool, and it expanded. All of a sudden, it was like a star exploding, and it shrank to the size of a neutron. The whirlpool shrank, and the godly power exploded. It was a technique at the cost of self-destruction. Luo Feng knew that as well. Miniature universe. Of course, Luo Feng's technique was an inherited technique, while the 1/9 Remoteness Ocean used was created by him based on the characteristic of 9 Remoteness Ocean. The whirlpool shrank to the size of an earthling's fist before it was completely gone. Yuan Ao Master, who was only the size of a fist, looked horrendous. The power from the whirlpool had turned the space around it into particles, and the particles were like water in a huge pot. Everything went away. Yuan Ao Master returned to the original size after that. Luo Feng looked forward to wielding that after becoming a Universe Master. Yuan Ao Master, who shrank into the size of a fist, then suddenly underwent explosive growth. At the same time, he let out crazy and wild laughter. 9 Remoteness, the legendary 9 Remoteness. Fearsome 9 Remoteness. His legendary ultimate technique, 9 Remoteness Ocean Eye, is famous throughout the universe ocean. Many top powers are afraid of it. But I have the godly wood. 9 Remoteness poses no threat to me at all. Ha ha. In the primal universe, the universe supreme being's powers can only be so strong, at the very most, slightly higher than 9 Remoteness's legendary ultimate technique. Who can take me down? Bring it on, human. Luo Feng, Yunnan, Anaconda. You 3 fellows, come here. Let me trample on you. With a stern expression, Yunnan Master said, let's go. Luo Feng nodded, and Anaconda Master also gave a slight nod with its gigantic snake's head. They transformed into light and flew away at high speed. With the large, black godly wood in his hands, Yuan Ao Master stood within the void space as he looked at the 3 beams of light escaping. He let out unrestrained and wild laughter. Escaping is all you are capable of. Ha ha. Ancestral God School. Ha ha. You are unable to do anything to a universe supreme being. I have this godly wood, its power is almost the same as a universe supreme being. I am not afraid of you. Ha ha. Afar, the 3 beams of light made their way out of the sealed space of that domain and immediately vanished from sight. Within the quiet void space of Yuan Ao's secret region, a continuous, mountainous region hovered in midair. And within this mountainous region, there was a waterfall. Luo Feng, Yunnan Master, and Anaconda Master stood by the pond beneath the waterfall. A dim ray of light appeared, and a lone figure walked out. It was 9 Remoteness Master in his magnificent black robe. 9 Remoteness Master, Luo Feng, Yunnan Master, and Anaconda Master all said, looking over. Very powerful. 9 Remoteness Master shook his head and said, my strongest technique, together with a self-destruction attack. If he did not have that godly wood, my attacks would give him severe injuries. However, he was able to rely on the black godly wood to ward off my attacks and retaliate. This rendered 90% of my attacks useless, as he could easily ward them off. From how I see it, the attacks earlier on only made him lose 1/1000th of his godly body. Luo Feng, Yunnan Master, and Anaconda Master fell into momentary silence. Being able to cause Yuan Ao Master to lose 1/1000th of his godly body was considered quite a feat previously. When Luo Feng had fought against Yuan Ao Master, he had not been able to hurt him at all. On the contrary, Yuan Ao Master might have consumed some of his godly body, but that was because he chose to execute his strongest technique, which caused him to use up some of his godly power. If Yuan Ao Master were to execute his ultimate technique with the empowerment of the black godly wood, he might be at a disadvantage, but there was no doubt he could ward off Luo Feng's attacks without consuming his godly body. 9 Remoteness, within the primal universe, in terms of attack techniques, probably only a universe supreme being can surpass you, Anaconda Master said. If even you are unable to, Yunnan Master said, what can we do? Luo Feng was also frowning. Since becoming Milky Way Horde leader, Luo Feng would engage in idle chats occasionally with his teacher, Primal Chaos City leader, to obtain a deeper understanding of the powers of Universe Masters. Based on what he already knew, Universe Masters could be categorized into the levels of elementary, ordinary, pinnacle, and top tier. To be considered top tier, one's life gene level, true treasures, and techniques had to reach the pinnacle stage. Numerous existences in the universe, like Ice Mountain Master and Void Gold Master, could all be pulled into this category. However, Star River Master, Primal Chaos City leader, 9 Remoteness Master, and a few others were the cream of the crop and were more outstanding than the rest. For instance, Star River Master's technique had achieved the perfect combination of 2 supreme techniques. As for 9 Remoteness Master, every time he divided out another body, its life gene level would likely only be able to reach 1000 times, but as for the supreme technique that he could execute, once he self-destructed, he was able to converge all the energy of his entire godly being to bring about a mass explosion in an instant. The explosive surge in power was certainly alarming. That was why Star River Master, Primal Chaos City leader, and 9 Remoteness Master were considered the cream of the crop, and could be regarded as the most powerful universe masters within the universe today. Of course, 9 Remoteness Masters' flaws were obvious. Each body could only execute its most powerful attack once. Once execution was completed, another body would be required. God Country Transportation would then send another one. By that time, the enemy would have long fled the scene. So, relatively speaking, Star River Master and Primal Chaos City Leader were more intimidating. Primal Chaos City Leader's supreme technique's sustainability was not as good as that of Star River Master, while Star River Master's godly body remained a mystery. All that was known was that he could execute his supreme technique repeatedly and sustain it for a long time. Naturally, this made Star River Master a tad stronger than Primal Chaos City Leader when it came to being a deterrent force in the vast universe. Above the rank of a Supreme Universe Master was the Universe Supreme Being. The Primal Universe had a strong binding force over the powers of Supreme Universe Beings, and all of them were under this constraint, allowing the powers that these Universe Supreme Beings unleashed to be a notch stronger than those of Star River Master and Primal Chaos City Leader. That was all. Of course, their merits were obvious, too. They could repeatedly and continuously execute a technique, without having to worry about consumption of their godly bodies, because the amount of godly body being used up would be nowhere near the limit designated to a Universe Supreme Being. In a head-on battle, no one within this primal universe would be able to kill Yuan AO Master, 9 Remoteness Master said. What can we do? The few of us will not be able to shoulder the weight of this responsibility. 9 Remoteness Master's eyes scanned the crowd of 3, including Luo Feng. Then he said, "Hold it. Let's continue this conversation when the others have arrived." Right? That's all we can do, for now. The first to arrive was Sea Lotus Master from the Bug Clan. The number of Universe Masters in the Bug Clan was pathetic, but every single Universe Master wielded a power that was so frighteningly strong. Universe Masters of the Bug Clan, even the weakest one was of a pinnacle level. They were not only skilled in soul-type techniques like creating illusions, but could also rely on the bug soldiers under their command to execute material techniques, which were not easy to deal with. An area in space collapsed. Space particles rolled about like countless grains of sand in an endless stream. A dazzling golden mother nest was suspended in void space, surrounded by 1,000 strong and burly bug soldiers. Every one of them exuded staggering power, and could be regarded as top-tier universe overlords. Under the control of the consciousness of a universe master, this power would be even more intense. Innumerable blades converged and swept across the vast sky. Yuan AO Master stood at a towering height of 1,000,000 miles. Sea Lotus, it's futile. All those techniques of yours are completely useless. His hand still held the black, godly wood that was a few million miles long. It swept across the void space in a frenzied manner, crushing anything in its way. It was unstoppable and met blows dealt by the bug soldiers head-on, blocking off the bug soldiers repeatedly. From afar, 9 Remoteness Master, Luo Feng, Anaconda Master, and Yunnan Master watched the fight as bystanders. Sea Lotus Master's escape technique was resolute. When he knew he could not beat Yuan AO Master, he was quick to flee the battlefield after gathering his bug soldier warriors. Thereafter, he joined 9 Remoteness Master and company. 9 Remoteness, you did not help me, lamented Sea Lotus Master, a captivating beauty with frail wings that lightly trembling and pretty eyes looking at 9 Remoteness Master. You saw how powerful he was, 9 Remoteness Master said, shaking his head. There was no way I could help you. What are you Ancestral God School fellows prepared to do? Sea Lotus Master asked. How about you all from the Bug Clan? 9 Remoteness Master rebuked. I have to report everything to our queen, then wait and see. Our queen is the one who decides what should be done. 9 Remoteness Master laughed. We shall wait and see, then. When the various top powers reached the Yuan AO secret region, those who immediately went to confront Yuan AO Master suffered great losses. Fortunately, Universe Supreme Beings of the various top powers knew that Yuan AO Master had a strange object, so the Universe Masters they sent forth were not the strongest in power. Rather, they were extremely skilled in life-saving techniques, so not one being was annihilated. A battle raged in the midst of the void space. It was a fight in which Sky Wolf Master and Yumo Master from the Demon Clan joined forces to fight Yuan Ao Master. Look! Sky Wolf Master and Yumo Master are here. The two of them alone are life forms that would be trampled on. Laughed Yuan Ao Master. Sky Wolf. Yumo. The two of you want to fight me. What's your worth? Yuan Ao Master held onto his black godly wood and stood as a towering figure in the midst of the void space like an undefeatable entity, seeking attention wildly and with no inhibitions. The black godly wood in his hands would occasionally exhibit a sudden immense growth, which was when he would wield it in a frenzied manner, slashing about insanely. Yuan Ao Master was aware that he could not possibly kill all these fellows with their hidden trump cards. As such, he could not be bothered using his supreme technique. Every single attack was only a display of his ultimate technique. With Yuan Ao Master's massive godly body, he could rely on it to naturally replenish all that he had consumed from the use of his ultimate technique. No matter how long a fight was, he would never feel the toil. Using my ultimate technique, I could trample on both of you. Yuan Ao Master waved his black godly wood once again, and for the next few moments, either Sky Wolf Master could be seen being hurled away, or Yumo Master could be seen retreating in midair. Sky Wolf Master and Yumo Master were in a rage. Bastard! Loathsome Yuan Ao! They had both realized that while they were exchanging blows with Yuan Ao Master, the commotion had attracted a group of onlookers who watched comfortably from afar without lifting a helping hand. The group included Universe Masters such as 9 Remoteness Master, Sea Lotus Master, and Golden Horned Master, who represented the Ancestral God School, the Bug Clan, and the Space Beast Alliance respectively. Sky Wolf Master and Yumo Master wanted to salvage some dignity. Initially, Yuan Ao Master's power was comparable to theirs, so even if he were to use his ultimate technique to fight them, he would still be able to surpass them by a notch without breaking a sweat. But now, with that black godly wood in hand, he was trampling them without reservations. We are not going to fight on further. 9 Remoteness Master and company must have failed to gain any benefits, either. Let's go. Let's go. The moment Sky Wolf Master and Yumo Master came to a decision, they immediately acted. The next moment, Sky Wolf Master returned to his Sky Wolf Palace while Yumo Master transformed into an endless black airflow and made a speedy departure. In the middle of the void space, Yuan Ao Master let out hearty laughter. Ha ha ha. I have driven away the Ancestral God School, the Bug Clan, the Space Beast Alliance, and the demons. I know all of you want this godly wood, but with me holding onto it, you can covet it all you want. Even bringing a Universe Supreme being here would be pointless. Time flew by, and batches of great beings came. Various top powers within the universe had arrived, but every single batch met the fate of being trampled on. Eventually, they would all flock to 9 Remoteness Master and company, where previous groups had gathered. Humph! Sky Wolf Master, who was pitch black from head to toe, looked at the human form of Luo Feng in the distance. With 4 hooves suspended in midair above a mountain peak in the secret region, his eyes flashed with a trace of ferocious hostility, as he shouted, "Human Luo Feng." Sitting cross-legged on a rock, Luo Feng seemed to sense his glare from afar and looked over. His eyes met those of Sky Wolf Master. Sky Wolf. Luo Feng gave a light-hearted laugh, then he turned around and no longer bothered himself with Sky Wolf Master. Luo Feng's eyes scanned his surroundings. Whether standing, sitting cross-legged, or sprawling on the ground a ways away, the various Universe Masters from different races and clans were all getting suspicious. Strange. Why are the Universe Masters representing humanity still not here? Of all the top powers, only the Automaton clan and the human race are missing representatives. I need to ask teacher. Right away, Luo Feng connected to the virtual universe with his consciousness. This video will end here.